This is an autobiography of a child's story by Daniel Che, Christopher Grissom. All right. It started out in 1944. Well, let me give you a preference first. This is a story. It's going to be many chapters. This is about my life and a child's story. This is a child's story through the eyes of a child. All right, chapter 1. I started out in 1944 with a gentleman by the name of Sam John Grissom. He was born to a woman named Gloria Mays. His dad was Sam Roland Grissom. His mother was a Pachuca that used to live in California and Colorado. Her family used to go back and forth. But she was a Pachuca, and he was a Marine. And you know how that story went. The white Marine, wanted the beautiful Pachuca, beautiful hair. My grandmother was a beautiful woman. I have the picture right here. Forgive me a moment. This was in the days This was in the days, the zoot suiters. In those days, you had the zoot suiters. You know, LA. You had the Chicanos. But he was a Marine. My grandmother was a Chicana. And he got together with her, played it off like he loved her, and because she was young and beautiful, and he was a horny Marine. So really, what can you expect? Let me find this picture. But yeah, he was just a horny Marine, or maybe he did love her for a little while. I don't know. Where's my grandma's picture? Well, I'm trying to find a picture that for some reason I can't find right now. That's weird. Well, I have a picture of my grandfather and my grandmother. I mean, my grandfather and my grandmother. Well, I can't find the picture right now. When I find it, I'll put it in another chapter. But so anyway, they hooked up together. They got together and they had a child. Firstborn child to Sam Roland Grissom was Sam John Grissom, which is my father. Sam Roland Grissom is related to Gus Grissom, the astronaut. But that's another story. But anyway, they got together. My grandmother Rose and my grandfather Sam John Grissom, and my grandfather Sam Roland Grissom got together with my grandmother, and they had a child, Sam John Grissom, which is my dad. And they lived in San Rafael, California. The Grissoms have a lot of money. You know, they go under two names, Grissom's and Gribblins. But the Grissom's had a lot of money. You know, they had gas stations in San Rafael, California. All of that. You know, my dad went to school out in San Rafael, California. He went to school for a little while. But apparently, she became too Mexican for him, and my dad turned out to be just a really light-skinned, gray-eyed. My dad has gray eyes, hazel, I guess they call it, a gray-eyed, light-skinned, too much of a Mexican boy. You know, he got mad at him because he said my dad stole some money off of his card and bought himself a jacket. You know, when he told him to go shopping and go get some clothes, but my dad bought it. My dad had told me, he admitted it, he bought a jacket that he wasn't supposed to get. So that ended up starting a whole big conflict, and my dad had to move back to Colorado for a couple years, you know, and stay in Colorado and, you know, live on the east side of east on Marmer Street, the east side of Denver, Colorado. Came back here and lived for a little while with my grandpa Pete, which is he's full-blooded Navajo. But that's another story. So my dad came back and kicked it for a little bit and stayed on the east side of Denver and lived a little bit, grew up, you know, just became a little thug basically, you know, but my dad's highly intelligent. So he went back to San Rafael. You know, my grandfather killed my dad's dog. He had a boxer, and he killed the boxer. You know, and pretty much that was it for my grandmother. She said, "Forget this." Boom, boom, boom. You know, and they moved to Colorado. And my dad grew up out here, went to school out here. He got award letters from the governor. I have those in my backpack. He got award letters from the governor for outstanding work. He worked for NAL, Narcotics Education League, and he worked for the Denver Veterans League, which he helped people get their benefits, get their VA money, the vets to get their veterans money, their benefits. He helped my Uncle Sonny get his veterans money, you know. You know, my dad ended up doing things like that. And then he ran into a woman by the name of Isabel Martinez, which was my mother. So he met her, and they got together, and next thing you know, along came me, Daniel Che, Christopher Grissom. I was born 1974, Denver, Colorado. Next chapter will be the continuance of the first. Or now the next video will be still chapter 1, and then we'll go from there. But this is my video blog, my video log. You know what it is, Daniel Che, mile higher than the rest. You know we're the best, 303-41510. You know what it is. As the tortilla turns, and this is a autobiography of a child's story.